We didn't intro.
Anyway, guys, welcome to the third episode of the I Left It at Home podcast with your hosts, Miles and Brennan, from YouTube channels Speg and YouTube channels Breber. Brennan, how you doing tonight?
Kind of tired.
Yeah, I feel ya. It's a soggy 3 in the morning here in downtown San Francisco, and I just want to say, it's a pleasure being with you, Johnny. Who's Johnny? Johnny Test. So, here's an idea.
Yeah.
We take all the states, right? We remove the federal government.
Yeah.
We make each state have their own separate government, right? So they're all independent countries now.
Yeah.
Then we let them fight it out. Whoever wins gets to own the United States with no other states in it.
So, do the states become like counties?
No, there are no more states.
Provinces?
That's the thing.
No, like where the states were, do they become like counties, or it's just all one thing?
No. Where?
One unit.
What do you? Oh, where the states were.
Okay.
The state boundaries don't exist anymore once a state takes over. It's like if California won, the entire United States would just be California. No borders.
New Republic of California?
Yeah, but bigger. Or alternatively, if like Texas won, it would just be Texas, but larger.
Instead of everything is bigger in Texas, it's just everything is Texas.
And then, yeah. So anyway, back to what I was saying. The states in the United States, why do they exist, do you think? Because originally we were the I had to think about 13 colonies. I had to think that about for a second. 13 colonies, and then they all grouped together. They used to have their own currency, but then they formed into one union, fought the British, became united. Civil War happened, that just strengthened us further. What if we took all that down? No federal government. What do you think would happen? Who do you think would ally each other? What would the state of affairs, what would the political spectrum in the United States be? Who would win in a free-for-all? Assuming, we didn't have nuclear bombs stored in a few states.
What?
Assuming every state became independent overnight, what would the political spectrum landscape of the United States be? Who would ally each other? Who would instantly declare war? And
I think
who?
I think it'd be the north. Northeast.
Northeast.
All the way to like Michigan.
So
maybe.
like the original colonies.
No. North.
Like where would you cut it off? Maybe like North Carolina.
Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia's fair.
Virginia to Michigan.
Yeah,
maybe
sort
like
of
that
those.
Kind of square.
Sort of that bastion of Democrat states. They have a lot in common.
Kind of, yeah. And then from like Kentucky all the way down to like Georgia, and then to Texas. That's the South.
You don't think Texas would try to band off and become its own independent union?
Maybe. That's a possibility.
I don't know. I don't see Texas allying anyone. Texas just got too much pride behind it. I should know. I am Texas.
And then you might notice how I didn't say Florida. Now Florida would just become it. Florida is just Florida.
No, Florida would collapse within days. Its population consists of 70% retired people, 20% Mickey Mouse employees. I meant to say Disney World, I didn't remember the name. Disney employees, and then 10% actual able-bodied workers in the workforce. The economy would collapse within seconds. Like, there's no way Florida would survive that.
And you see, that's where the crocodile people come in.
Oh, crocodile people.
All those swamps in Florida?
Yeah.
It's all swamps. Florida's just swamp.
Well, you're not wrong.
Florida's just one big swamp.
I'd say that California would annex Washington and the West Coast pretty quickly, and then it would be a fight between them and Texas over who gets to control the. I'd say California gets the Rocky Mountains, but the Arizona basin, would definitely be a contested area.
I'd say California attaches rockets to itself and blasts off into space.
That's an interesting point. I think Alaska and Hawaii would be the wild cards. Like,
ooh, yeah.
Hawaii, it's a bunch of people trapped on an island, but they have a
volcano.
They've got the entire Pacific Fleet based there.
That too.
Alaska, they have a lot of ice, but they also have most of our oil. So
Alaska's got polar bears.
That's true. They can mobilize those. And then the grain counties. The bread basket. What would happen to that?
They'd have the bread.
Yeah.
Basket.
I predict Ohio would win. That's the state with the Mormons, right?
That's Utah.
Utah would win. Think about it. It's in the perfect spot. It's got a large natural water supply. It's got a devout religious following.
Does it have a natural water supply?
It's got the...
There's a salt lake.
Yeah, it's got a salt lake, but like, okay, look.
There is a city named after it.
Yeah, Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City.
Okay, well, maybe we can start by removing the salt in your attitude, mister. Because I think the Utahians would win in a fight.
Just realized that my mic's on the other side of my desk.
Croutons.
What about croutons?
Utahns, croutons.
Is that the adjective?
Yeah.
For people who live in Utah?
Croutons.
Croutons.
I don't know. People in Indiana are called Hoosiers, so like anything's possible.
What?
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Why?
I don't know. That's what Catherine said.
That's bad.
Because, like, what are you going to call yourself? Indianan? It's too long.
That's what I say.
No. Just like in Texas, we're called, traitors.
What?
When you're asking Santa Anna.
What?
You know, the guy who fought the Texans in the Texas Revolutionary War.
Sure.
Yeah, you remember 7th grade history? Santa
No.
Anna, he was the general dictator of Mexico. And,
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know that, but what about the oh, that kind of trait. T-R-A-I.
What did you think
T-U-R-S.
What other traitor is there?
T-R-A-D-E-R-S.
Oh, traitor.
I was thinking
Trader
of, like, Trader Joe's.
Yeah. You know, those darn traitors down south. They're all over the road.
Doing all the... all bartering and stuff.
You stop for a text and they'll say, hey old man, I'll give you a 2-pack of whiskey for that tire of yours. They're just trading left and right. Traitor. Wow. Okay. Traitor. But yeah.
Let's have Texas go back to being its own country.
We tried. The Supreme Court shot it down.
Oh yeah, let's do that again.
No.
Let's try it again.
Do you know what would happen if Texas became its own country, Brendan?
We'd become completely reliant on trading.
You're right. But you know what else?
What's that?
Well, we'd be overwhelmingly Republican. Which means that gay marriage might get outlawed.
That's what California's for.
Brandon, what part of becoming an independent republic don't you understand? We don't rely on California anymore. That was the point of it. To not be influenced by California.
No. I won't be here when it
Oh, you mean you're gonna move to California? Okay, I see. So you're just gonna let the rest of us suffer. Okay, thanks.
I mean, you can come.
I don't... Look, okay. California's nice and everything, but, Texas. Let's weigh the comparisons. California. expensive, hot, liberal. Texas, on the other hand, relatively cheap. Cheap gas. Cheap roads.
Minimum wage is like $11 though in California.
But the gas prices are like twice as much as ours. Hold on.
$6?
Let's look at gas prices in San Francisco right now.
Who's gonna live in San Francisco?
It's like,
too cold.
What do you mean it's too cold?
It's too cold in San Francisco.
Okay, well, where would you go?
San Diego.
San Diego, okay. I'll look up gas prices in San Diego right now. SanDiegoGasPrices.com. This podcast is sponsored by SanDiegoGasPrices.com for your... Okay, $2.57. It's about $2.60.
That's like 40 cents less than what it is here.
Brennan, have you been to a gas station? It's like $2 here.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's like, hold on. Gas prices in San Antonio.
Oh, it said 205. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was thinking it said 305.
Yeah, gas here is like slightly less than $2, so it's nearly like 60 cents more than it is here. Which means that if you bought like 50 gallons of gas, that would be...
Wait, Stanford is in California?
That would be $30 more per...
Stanford University is in California?
Yeah.
Never mind.
You don't want to go there anymore?
No, I don't want to go to California anymore.
You afraid the Stanford students will like beat you up?
I just don't like Stanford.
No, what's wrong with Stanford? No, what's wrong with Stanford? No, what's wrong with Stanford? No, what's wrong with Stanford?
Don't like it.
It's my favorite character in Gravity Falls.
Shut up.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, think about all the great colleges in Texas. We got like UTSA, UTA, UTD, UTH, University of Texas, NASA.
Which one?
Can California say they landed a man on the moon? I don't think so. Anyway, you got anything to say, Bren?
Are there any like colleges in here besides the University of Texas is
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's not a single other college in Texas besides UT El Paso,
UT Dallas, UT Nevada,
UT Nepal, UT
San Francisco,
UT Washington, UT San Antonio, UT Beijing, UT Tokyo,
UT, dude. UT. Atat.
Dude, that's my favorite robot, and that's my favorite mech thing in Star Wars.
The UT?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are like the AT-ATs, except whenever they move, they say, George Lucas actually had to go back into the recording studio for the original 4 films after he had made the last 3 films. And he spliced the audio in. He did this before anyone knew. And the first people to see it actually committed mass suicide after watching that scene of the UT's attack. So George Lucas cut it out of all subsequent versions.
Yeah.
It's a little known trivia fact for all of you Star Wars fans.
Hey, why does the Star Wars holiday special exist?
Oh man, let me tell you. They got the whole cast for that one. That was George Lucas, good old Chewbacca. And the whole thing is just for like 40 minutes.
Huh?
It's just a bunch of
40 minutes long. 40 minutes long?
I think it's like an hour.
Oh, it's too long.
You got C-3PO. I heard.
It's about an hour too long.
Little known fact: it's actually the very first appearance of Boba Fett in the Star Wars canon.
Boba Fett.
Bobby. Do you remember
Didn't.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid where
Didn't.
he calls his brother Bubby?
Yeah.
Bubby Fett. Dude, so put that on a meme.
I'll do that. Yeah, there's a thumbnail.
That's a thumbnail. So, yeah, I've been thinking, and Martin Luther, he's a pretty cool guy, wasn't he?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah?
I only know that he was the Christmas tree guy.
Pardon?
Put candles on a Christmas tree.
I'm not sure what you're referencing.
Martin Luther.
He was the guy who gave the I Have a Dream speech, wasn't he?
Martin Luther King Jr.?
No, Martin Luther. The guy, the Protestant.
Mm-hmm.
Protestants.
Sure. Who did?
Hoops did. He went up to the church. He knocked on their door. The Pope came out in his little bathrobe because he's been sleeping, and he said, "What do you want, Martin? It's early. What do you do in the Vatican?" And Martin said, "The Catholic Church is a scam. This whole thing sucks. I'm making my own religion. You can't stop me, Pope." The Pope then said, "All right, have fun with that." And then he converted half of Germany to it, and the Pope was like, "Oh, dude, he did that." And then 30 Years' War. And there you go. Protestantism. But honestly, what's,
He also invented the Christmas tree.
Oh, good for him. But
no, he didn't. He first added lit candles to a tree.
Huh. Good for him.
And that's why it's Christmas lights.
Why do you think? How do you think Martin Luther would react to today's branches of Protestantism? The Westboro Baptist Church.
Well, I don't know about it.
The Westboro Baptist Church.
I'm familiar.
You're
familiar with their work.
You're acquainted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. In two of his later works, Luther expressed antagonistic views towards Jews. Huh. Okay, well, that's a cut part of the podcast. Come on, Martin Luther. You were such a cool guy, and then you had to go be anti-Semitic? Really?
Diet of worms? What?
Diet of worms? Huh.
Oh, different thing. Okay. I thought Wikipedia was telling me that Martin Luther had a diet of worms.
That's all he ate, just...
Yep. He slurped them like noodles.
Slurp.
Dude, let's go back to 50s currency when the equivalent of $100 or $1,000 is $100.
Yeah. Oh,
Let's go back to when 5 cents was a lot.
Yeah. Back when you could buy a house for $10.
Yeah.
I remember
when
I was
back to when we bought Alaska for a cent per acre.
Yeah. I didn't realize Russia colonized Alaska.
Nice. Land bridge.
It wasn't there anymore.
It's gone.
I also didn't realize Russia also colonized one city in California, and then stopped.
What?
They colonized a city in California.
Source?
Here. Fort Ross, originally Fortress Ross, Krepost Ross, is a former Russian establishment on the west coast of North America in what is now Sonoma County, California, in the United States. It was the hub of the southernmost Russian settlements in North America from 1812 to 1842.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's a bit inland.
Yeah. It's a little inland. You know? They decided to skip Oregon, just go straight for California and say, hey, this is a nice place. Let's put a fort here.
Like they didn't like stay very near the coast. It's
No.
kind of inland.
It was next to the coast.
I mean, it's not as close as it could be.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, never mind. It's like a mile from the coast.
Yeah. A couple feet.
It's like 2 miles from the coast. Never mind.
I was at Buc-ee's a few weeks ago, and I had this idea for a dystopian future novel. You take all the prices and remove the decimal. Only the 1% can buy things now. And we see how society reacts.
Dude, social experiment.
Is that... Do you think there's like furries, but they're plants?
Plantkin.
I knew there was just gonna be something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Speaking of furries.
Yeah, Marin, you got something to address?
Yeah, you remember like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, the
talking about
last podcast?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I changed my mind.
Oh!
Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, the jury, can I get a stenographer to mark down this conversation right now? Can we get a... Oh, we got a stenographer in the courtroom, everybody. Brent, would you like to repeat what you said in front of the jury to a mic?
You know, I just forget that some things, because I'm exposed to it so much in like by you mainly.
Yeah.
Files.
What?
Exposed to it so much by you mainly that I forget that it's a sexual thing.
Okay.
Like furries and vore. And
Now, Brennan, is there anything you'd like to come out as? This is a hate-free environment.
Yeah, good Christian member of society.
Catholic or Protestant?
Methodist.
So that's Protestant.
I don't know.
That's a branch of Protestantism.
I wouldn't know.
Southern Methodist or Northern Methodist?
Deep South.
Evangelical Deep South Methodist or non-evangelical Deep South Methodist?
Obviously evangelical.
Okay. Summer camp?
I directed Jesus camp.
Summer camp evangelical or non-summer camp evangelical?
What? I don't know what that means.
But do you go to summer camp or not?
No.
You're going to hell. I love that joke. Where they go in so many layers, and then one difference is like...
I directed Jesus camp.
You did? Were you that lady who was like, let's speak in tongues, everybody?
No, I was the lady who went on the computer and had Microsoft Word open, zoomed in about 175%, and just had sin written down. Jesus camp was a ride.
It was. I feel sorry for those kids.
I don't.
They're being raised to worship George W. Bush. W. Remember?
W.
They brought out that statue of George Bush, and they were like, praise George Bush, praise.
Well.
And they're probably being taught that, like, if you're gay, you're going to hell or something.
Probably.
And, like, they wouldn't even let them read Harry Potter. Like, that's...
Oh, yeah, I remember that part. Okay, all I know is that there's a lot of vore in Christianity.
This is my body. This is my blood.
Yep.
Take a sip of it.
Yep, that, and also, the dude that was inside a whale.
Yeah.
For 3 months.
Yeah.
Was it 3 months?
Something like that. It was a long time.
Maybe 3 years. I don't know. Is that vore?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
In all technical senses, in all technical terms, yes, that is.
Well, you got vore by a whale.
Yeah.
What was his name? John.
Jonah.
Jonah.
But besides that, I mean, there's Jesus implying cannibalism every time we take the communion.
Sure.
And there's also...
Is cannibalism vore?
No. Those
Okay.
are two separate things.
Sure.
Trust me.
Do you want to talk about the difference?
Yeah, there's like a... Cannibalism is like, if you ask the average,
That's for sustenance, right?
Nah, cannibalism, it's like, that's a completely different thing. Like, being into vore and being into cannibalism are like not necessarily... They aren't even like connected. There's
Could
two...
you be into cannibalism?
I don't know, probably. Well, why else would you eat a person?
Sustenance?
No, but
They
the human
did that
body
a lot.
sucks for like nutrients. Like,
They did that a lot. And, like,
you'll get malaria.
Do you get? Is that what you get? I thought you get malaria from mosquitoes.
Well, if you eat a mosquito, then you eat a person.
No?
Yeah?
Have you ever eaten a mosquito?
Well, no, then I'd have malaria.
Not all mosquitoes have malaria.
Alright, well, not all vore are into cannibalism.
Okay. What is this?
It's, Paul Ryan posing with
Sure.
a guy with a repeal and go F yourself shirt.
Why?
Because Paul Ryan didn't realize he was posing with the guy who furiously hates the GOP.
Is Paul Ryan into vore?
Paul Ryan is the Speaker of the House.
Sure is. That doesn't answer my question.
He could be. How many, like, closeted Christians do you think are into vore?
3.
3? Out of, like, 2 billion?
Yeah.
Alright, that seems like a fair number. How many people do you think are into vore, like, in total?
5.
5. Okay, that doesn't explain the 1,000 notes I saw in that vore post.
It's ironic.
You think? Why is there so much artwork then, huh?
It's ironic.
Every single person who draws ironically.
It's either, okay, listen, it's either ironic or it's either 1, ironic, or 2, I forgot what the verb...
Satirical?
No. I forgot what the verb is. Drawn. It's either 1, ironic, or 2, drawn by the same 5 people.
That would make sense. But, okay, that guy you showed me earlier, who eats the amiibos.
Griffin McElroy is my favorite person.
We found 1 out of 5. Collect all 5 to get a McDonald's Happy Meal discount.
It started off as ironic.
Oh gosh.
This is, from what I understand, it started off as ironic, and then it turned into this... It's...
So it started off as ironic, and then what?
And then it just escalated from there. And now he's kind of like on the line.
Yeah? Like you don't know whether or not he's...
He doesn't know. He did a lot of episodes of Amiibo Corner.
Well...
There was a bit where he was like, "No, I can't do the Bowser amiibo. You know, I put these things into my mouth." And then there was also a time where he called like a hospital or a doctor's office or something.
Yeah.
No, he called his dentist because he had like his teeth done. And he
Okay.
was like, "Hey, so would it be okay to put this hard plastic object into my mouth?" And he was denied.
Well,
I think he did it anyways. I don't remember.
okay, so Brennan, I want to bring up some statistics.
Sure.
There are 234 million unique Reddit users
Okay.
and 5,000 subscribers to the r-vore.
Okay.
So you take 234 million
Mhm.
divided by 5,411.
Okay.
That means that 1 in every 43,000 people on Reddit are subscribed to the vore. Now, taking conservative estimate, that means that if we take 7 billion people,
Mhm.
so that's 100 million, that's, wait, hold on, that's 7 billion. Divide that by the 1 in 43,000.
Okay.
That means that there are approximately, I put 7 million, not 7 billion. Okay, 700 million, that's 700,000, that's 7 million. 1, 2, 3, okay, 100,000 million. 7 billion divided by 43245. That means that there are approximately 161,868,000 people on Earth in vore.
See, that's too much.
And that is using conservative estimates.
That's too much.
Especially considering people have multiple accounts. Not everyone wants to have a fetish subreddit on their main page, and seeing that not everyone has a Reddit.
That's too much.
You're right. But we did the math.
Dude. So.
Yeah.
If you go on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And you type into the search query box.
No. Don't.
VORE.
Please do not.
And you scroll down.
Jesus.
You will find a video uploaded by capital M, lowercase c, capital V, uploaded 1 month ago with, at the time of recording this, 115,618 views.
That's a lot.
A video titled Minecraft vore animation.
No.
Space, space, bath, time, vore.
No.
And that's all I'm going to say about that one.
Well, if you search vore on YouTube, the top viewed vore video of all time has 14 million views. And of that, I'm going to have to delete my search history after this. 12,000 dislikes, that's good. But only 12,000. 2,000 likes.
And then the second most viewed is almost 6 million, and it's My Little Pony.
I don't want to look at it. I'm going to delete my YouTube account. I'm going to delete this
I'm going
podcast.
To delete the internet content.
Can 1,000 miles per hour
be inappropriate for some viewers. Hippo swallows female lion dash for animation.
Brennan,
I understand and wish to proceed.
Brennan, no, you do not wish to proceed.
Well, this isn't vore. This is just nature.
Yeah.
Survival of the fittest.
When you go out to nature, little known fact, animals don't kill each other to eat. They just vore.
Are we really gonna put this? Are we gonna put this out on the internet?
They better not. Okay, look, if someone's brave enough to post that video, you're brave enough to talk about it.
Well, I just watched an animation of a hippopotamus eating a lion. So
I would delete your search history if I were you.
I'm gonna
Because
throw
I
my
will.
computer
I'm gonna-
away.
Now let me
I started
propose the
this
question:
fistful.
do you choose to be in the vore? Or have the same half an hour discussion as we do with furries, but switch the terms around. Imagine you were Ronald Reagan on the campaign trail, 1980, and some reporter came up to you and said, "Excuse me, Ronnie, you got a minute?" And Ronald says, "Oh, anything for my fellow citizens." And you ask him, "Hey, Ronnie, if I were to take this microphone and swallow it whole, is that acceptable?" Ronald
That's not
says,
vore.
Ronald looks at the millions of Americans,
That's not
Christian,
vore.
Cri-
Just eating the microphone.
if I swallowed this microphone-sized human, would that be socially acceptable? Ronald Reagan looks at the millions of Christian children and adults.
Microphone-sized human.
I don't know, it could happen. It's the 1980s, anything's possible. Looks at the millions of Christian adults and children, some of which who are smoking marijuana at this very moment. And he says, yeah. Anyway, guys, that'll wrap up the third installment of the I Left It at Home podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, or don't do any of that. But be sure to tune in for more annual podcast specials with Brennan and I. We'll keep pumping this trash out as long as you keep watching it. Thank you very much. Be sure to tip your waitresses and vote Reagan 2020.